AJA Wilson is melting down over the possibility of Caitlin Clark heading to Europe. Now suddenly, the same Wilson who dismissed Clark as privileged is trying to play gatekeeper, insisting she's the league's top drawer and determined to keep Clark locked in the WNBA. Quite the flip, turning from critic to desperate protector overnight. She's finally waking up to just how much Caitlin has transformed the WNBA, but the entitlement is off the charts. AJA still believes she's the true star who deserves all the spotlight, when in reality it's Caitlin who has reshaped the league, packed arenas, and shifted the culture in ways no one else has.
Entitled players in the WNBA just can't seem to understand is, you get what you put in, and right now, you are getting exactly what you deserve.
Let's be honest, before Caitlin Clark, hardly anyone outside of diehard fans paid attention to AJA Wilson. She's always tried to present herself as the league's sweetheart, but lately her jealousy has been shining through just like the rest of the WNBA roster. If Caitlin decides to walk away, the buzz walks with her, and AJA will fade back into the background like before. Deep down, she knows she's not the one filling arenas or driving headlines, but she hides behind the MVP trophy as if that makes her the face of the league. Sorry AJA, no one's buying the act.
Don't y'all want a greater profile? Don't y'all want more notoriety? Don't y'all want more hype?
A move to the EuroLeague could have opened doors for other WNBA stars, setting a precedent for future generations to explore international opportunities. But just as the deal was gaining momentum, AJA Wilson inserted herself and derailed Clark's potential move, turning what could have been a groundbreaking shift into yet another power struggle.
Now, A'ja Wilson was a more dominating player and deserved to be the MVP, and unanimous.
Wilson's move to block Clark's EuroLeague opportunity wasn't just petty, it was calculated. Fresh off her MVP win, she reportedly felt she should be the face international teams were chasing, not Caitlin. This wasn't simply about basketball, it was about pride, status, and a rivalry that cuts deeper than most fans realize. To AJA, her titles and accolades should automatically put her at the front of the line, making the idea of Clark being chosen first feel like a slap in the face. In her mind, Caitlin is still unproven in the pro game and hasn't earned the right to overshadow established stars. But here's the reality, Clark has already done what no one else could, shift the spotlight of the entire league. And the fact that some people still insist Caitlin hasn't been targeted this year? That's just willful blindness.
Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA. There are women that were worthy of coverage prior to her arriving, and I just will not be silenced when it comes.
This isn't the first time Wilson has tried to step in front of Clark when big opportunities were on the line. Reports already linked her to interference in Caitlin's Nike endorsement, hoping to grab the spotlight for herself. That incident was the first real sign of how deep this rivalry runs, but the EuroLeague controversy has escalated things far beyond endorsement battles. By actively working to block Clark's international opportunity, Wilson has made it clear this isn't just competition anymore, it's personal, and it's getting uglier with every move.
How do you miss an opportunity like that? How do you not capitalize? It doesn't make any sense at all. And playing the politics where, oh, we need to release A'ja's shoe first. Well, no, it's not Caitlin's fault that you haven't done anything for A'ja yet.
Fresh off her MVP recognition, Wilson likely assumed the spotlight would naturally shift her way, drawing in fans, sponsors, and even international teams. But instead of basking in that moment, she's had to watch Caitlin Clark, a rookie by comparison, suddenly dominate the EuroLeague conversation. To Wilson, that felt like a dismissal of her accomplishments. Clark's meteoric rise has flipped the narrative, and while it may seem unfair from Wilson's perspective, the reality is clear. Fans and media are gravitating to Caitlin. What was supposed to be Wilson's time to shine has turned into a battle for relevance, pushing her to guard her status and block Clark from opportunities she believes should have been hers.
Caitlin Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year, and should have been unanimous Rookie of the Year.
Wilson's move to block Clark's EuroLeague deal isn't just a one-off, it fits a pattern that's been building for some time. This rivalry really traces back to the Nike endorsement saga, where reports suggested Wilson tried to undercut Clark's efforts to land the deal, angling to keep herself as Nike's top WNBA face. Competition for endorsements isn't unusual, but the way Wilson has handled it makes one thing clear. She sees Caitlin as a direct threat to her status. For Clark, Nike would have been a career-defining partnership, a stamp of legitimacy as one of the biggest names in basketball. But Wilson, already decorated with accolades, wasn't ready to share the spotlight. Her interference showed she was willing to go to great lengths to protect her place at the top. Clark's meteoric rise didn't just challenge her, It signaled that the entire balance of power in the WNBA was shifting. By blocking Clark's EuroLeague opportunity, Wilson wasn't just safeguarding her interests, she was sending a message. She wanted everyone to know she's still the dominant force, still the one who deserves to be treated as the face of the league. But beneath all the titles and trophies, her actions point to something more raw, personal jealousy. Clark's arrival has reshaped the WNBA, and Wilson, once untouchable at the top, now finds herself fighting for relevance in ways she never imagined. What started as professional competition has turned into a battle for recognition, and Wilson seems unwilling to accept that Caitlyn's impact has already rewritten the league's narrative.
A'ja Wilson, 28 years old, 1,000 points in the regular season. Why is that not the biggest story out at the moment? Why are we talking about Caitlyn Clark?
Why when A'ja was releasing the shoe were we talking about Caitlyn?
Before Caitlyn Clark arrived, A'ja Wilson stood as one of the WNBA's brightest stars, stacking accolades, securing endorsements, and building a reputation as the face of the league. But Clark's entry changed everything. Almost overnight, the media buzz, sponsorships, and fan energy shifted in Caitlyn's direction, leaving Wilson struggling to enjoy her own success without feeling overshadowed. That tension has bled into both Wilson's actions and her words. She's openly suggested that Clark's rapid rise came from privilege rather than relentless effort, a clear attempt to undercut Caitlyn's accomplishments. Those remarks reveal more than just competitiveness. They highlight Wilson's growing frustration that the spotlight she once controlled has moved on. In her eyes, she's earned her throne, but Clark's impact has rewritten the narrative, leaving Wilson fighting not just for recognition, but for relevance.